Hi, hello, and welcome. Welcome back to some of you. Welcome for the first time for others. Nice to see you. So happy that you're joining us this evening. We are Story Reckless. I am Nathan. I'll be your DM this evening, and I use he, him pronouns. I'm going to pass it over to our players to give their brief intros.
My name is Claire. My pronouns are they, them, and tonight I am playing someone who you will meet shortly.
Wait, are we not doing character introductions right now? Or are we doing character introductions after? Okay.
Claire made a decision.
My name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns, and I am playing Propriety. How do you describe Propriety?
Well, we'll meet Propriety.
Propriety
shortly.
uses they, them pronouns in the plural sense. How about that?
I'm excited to meet Propriety in person, and as well as Claire's mysterious.
Well, the name's right there. Her name's Primrose.
I know. I was about to say that. I was like, yeah, Claire's mysterious person. That's very clearly displayed. But yes, yes. Anyways, yeah. Thanks for joining, and yes, that is who we are, and we are Story Reckless. So. Let's jump into this new adventure. For those of you joining us for the first time, we're going to start a new adventure, so this is all new. For those of you who have been with us since the beginning, we're going to be doing something different tonight, so should be fun. Let's jump on over, shall we? So, we start this adventure as an unfathomably old dwarf wheezes and huffs along an airy castle courtyard. There is a chaotic jumble of towers that looms behind him. He clutches a large black tome that is nearly a quarter of his size as he is hunched over, wheezing through this courtyard. He glances over his shoulder nervously, trying to catch his breath. The ever-present sound of monks chanting in unison echoes through this large open space. The warm summer sun beating down on his brow, which is sweating profusely. He looks ahead to a small cottage pressed against the stone walls of the keep and musters all of his strength to scurry forward. Inside the cozy shop, we can see a handful of patrons enjoying some afternoon tea. We see a green scale dragonborn who listens intently to a cyclops dwarf in one corner, while an 8-foot-tall, hairless humanoid loudly complains about work to a small human woman who's nodding along in vigorous agreement. And moving about the place, serving the various patrons, there is a collection of humanoids. Propriety, do you want to describe what you are doing and what you look like?
Yeah, so the humanoids, the kind of like servants, the people serving tea, all have similar uniforms. They are kind of like draped in this yellow, kind of like golden cloth, kind of like loose-fitting clothes. A couple of them have like vests on, and they're all wearing these white masks with kind of like different unique black patterns on them. An observant viewer might notice that you can't actually see any of their skin. And kind of at the center of this tea house sits one with a kind of like shoulder pauldron and a large snowy owl sitting on it.
Are they in the center? Are they surrounded by like a counter or something? Like, is it kind of like a circular?
So it's all like low tables, and so it's just like cushions sitting kind of crisscross applesauce on the ground. And so yeah, this figure is just sitting in the middle of kind of like this ring of tables, serving tea and listening mostly.
Cool. And as you are doing that, and you see these various other folk dressed very similarly to the one in the center, all moving about. In one corner, we see another individual who, do you want to describe yourself, Primrose?
Yes, I am sprawled kind of half on cushions, half on the floor on my back with a book over my face, opened in this pool of sunlight. I have kind of messy, short, red-brown hair, arcing horns out either side. I'm about probably 7.5 feet tall when I stand, and large. I've got muscle and fat on my body, and I'm wearing a bright yellow sundress, little ruffly sleeves, comes down to, just about above the knee, and it is peppered with pink and blue flowers. Right next to me, I have a glass of sweating iced tea, and I'm just lying there, half glorying in the sunshine, half being incredibly frustrated with my book.
And as you're lying there, Primrose and Propriety, you're listening in on the various conversations between the Dragonborn, the dwarf, and that large Goliath and human woman. The front door to your tea house suddenly pops open, and standing there hunched over is this decrepit dwarf clutching this massive black leather-bound tome, and he's looking about the room. And he looks towards the green-scaled dragonborn, who sits up and stares at this dwarf, and he starts to raise a trembling hand, moving towards him. And he falls face first into the tome on the floor, his butt up in the air, the robes kind of slump down around him, revealing his bare bottom, and he lies there motionless.
One of the figures serving tea and kind of bustling around in yellow just immediately goes over and like checks for vital signs.
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
My book is off my face. I am upright and concerned.
Yes, you see the human woman. Human woman looks concerned as well as she's looking over the Goliath's or around the Goliath. The Goliath is turned around, and you see this Goliath is actually like trying to hold a laugh in as this guy's ass is just exposed to the air with his robes down around his head, and the green dragonborn is currently standing up and starting to move towards the motionless dwarf. What'd you get on your... a 10. Okay. Even with a 10, as as Propriety, one of these humanoid servants leans down and starts to inspect and feel for pulse, feel for breath, looking over it. This dwarf is dead. There's no doubt about it. They have suffered from something and have died. Do you want to do anything? As you are doing that, the green-scaled dragonborn walks up next to you, Propriety, and looks over at you.
Oh, my word. Is everything okay over here? Can you tell what's happened?
And then in kind of like the green dragonborn's head, they hear, "No, I don't recognize him. Do any of you?" And then that's broadcast to everybody.
And despite the fact that this is being telepathically communicated, everyone in the establishment doesn't seem to bat an eye at it. And in fact, you see the green dragonborn just addressing the servant next to him.
If you wouldn't mind turning him over, help me for a moment.
The hands do.
Mm-hmm.
Just turns him over, and I think the snowy owl actually like flies over and lands on that servant's shoulder to kind of like get a closer look at what's going on.
So looks down. Primrose,
I will get up and pull the book out from under him.
Okay, so you step over as the Dragonborn and Propriety are pushing this figure over, and you see the Dragonborn taking the robe and pulling it down. Primrose, you reach down, you want to pull the book out?
Yes.
Okay, you're able to do that as the Dragonborn is currently very preoccupied with the body as he's looking it over. You pull the book out, and it's about 15 inches, like square, massive black leather tome. So I guess for you, it's not.
Fits comfortably in my hand.
Yes. For you, it's fine. But in comparison to the dwarf, it looks rather big. You see this sturdy black leather tome. The title says Candlekeep Deconstruction. However, where the C's would be, it's all spelled in K's. So Candlekeep Deconstruction. Yeah. So it's all K's. You also see there is a neatly engraved on the front of it. There is a smiling dwarf with a builder's hammer stamped into the front cover, and underneath that, there's a name written. The name. The name says Isajar. 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 Yeah.
All right. Oh, and actually, now the book's off my face,
Yeah.
you see large brown eyes with long lashes, and a face kind of, and hands, body covered with very fine brown fur. Long, wide, flat nose, very pink at the end. Soft, large, kind of floppy ears with hair coming out of them as well. Rather cow-like.
Mm-hmm.
I'll turn it over. Does it look? Actually, let's just do a quick detect magic. Is it magical?
It's not.
All right.
And you don't detect any magic. I mean, the entire place is magical, but
Yes.
you already know that. And you probably, you detect some magic on the Dragonborn. I don't have the specifics on me, but you definitely would detect at least one magical item on him.
Well, that's to be expected.
Yes. But nothing's coming off the book.
All right.
Do you want to do anything else with it, or otherwise I'm gonna?
Let's see how this dwarf is doing.
Okay.
Letting them do their thing.
Okay. So Propriety, as you pull the dwarf over and the Dragonborn gets down and starts inspecting, he.
Oh, I do recognize this. I don't remember the name. Wolf, would you mind coming over here for a moment?
And that dwarf that he was talking with stands up and quietly toddles over. This dwarf, as he approaches, you see that he actually only has one eye. He is a cyclops. He's extremely pale and bald. He has this soft, round face with a singular green eye. And as he comes over with this not great posture, dressed in these very simple gray furs and tan cloth with sandals, he gets down and quietly looks over this individual. That's Buron Sternmetal. He's one of the custodians.
Oh, that's right. You're part of the custodial staff. Oh my. He was quite old even for a dwarf. Oh dear. All right. I must. What do you have there, Primrose? Is that your name? I believe.
Yes. This is Candlekeep Deconstruction. probably by Isahar. I've never seen this before, but this is what he was carrying.
I see.
You pass it to him.
Yes.
Okay. He'll take it and
I think this is.
he flips it open. And as he flips it open and starts thumbing through the pages, you see like architectural drawings of
Oh.
the various towers in Candlekeep.
I will look over his shoulder.
Okay. He's thumbing through it and then stops and goes,
Hold on to this for a moment. Just keep it safe. Propriety. Well, you'll both be fine. I need to go get Caitlin. Please.
Oh.
One moment.
and he scurries out the door, leaving all of you in this tea house together. What would either of you like to do?
Would you mind opening that?
Book.
Might as well.
And I will show it to the owl.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Just
Yep, flip through. Let's see it.
and is the servant with the owl on it doing the kind of gesticulation?
I think the owl has actually flown over to Primrose's shoulder and it's just like,
there we go. Now we both can see it.
yes.
Yeah, you start flipping through it, and I mean, inside the pages are pretty pristinely like crisp and white. You see a few smudges here and there, like, and tears, but it's a very nicely kept book. And flipping through it, you see numerous diagrams and descriptions of almost every location in Candlekeep. But you do see one of the pages has been dog-eared, kind of towards the middle back of the book as you're flipping through.
All right. Any annotations?
Uh,
I know people aren't supposed to mark in the books, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
you don't see any annotations on the pages you're flipping through.
All right. I will take a look at the dog ear then.
Getting to the bookmarked page, this is where you do see some annotations, and they
Here we go.
look to be in crisp, well, very messy writing, but it is like the ink is still vibrant. And the pages are the pages themselves are very bright white, so it's like stands out nicely. And this bookmarked page shows a diagram of a tower, and most of them show towers, as to be expected. And this tower doesn't look particularly remarkable. It's just a kind of narrow tower, very classically shaped, with a conical top that appears to be like a shingled, coned roof. There's one little side kind of portion that juts off the side, and it looks to be 3 stories. It's not terribly tall.
All right.
But
Do we recognize it?
both of you make history checks.
Six.
17.
Propriety does. I don't know, Primrose. You just don't recognize it. You've been around the keep.
I've been around, but that doesn't mean that I know everything here.
But Propriety, yeah, you know this. This tower has been basically condemned for the entire time you've been here. It is closed off. It's known as the barn door. And you don't really know much else beyond that. It's just a condemned tower that's been abandoned. And you've probably heard talks here and there of wanting to demolish it, and then it just kind of goes in circles and nothing happens. But when you flip to the next page, it reveals another diagram that appears to be a sub-level. It is like a small dungeon complex, and what stands out to you is that in the room directly below the tower, there is this array of odd-looking devices. These, they're I mean, like mechanical, for lack of a better word, like large cylinders with bits of clockwork and like what look to be maybe tubing of some kind coming off of them. It's very strange. And then the rest of it just shows like it kind of extends out into other rooms. There's appears to be an abandoned well that was down there at one point. Yeah.
Fascinating. I didn't recognize any of this.
Interesting.
It's the barn door over yonder a ways.
Oh, I've heard of that. I don't think I've ever been over there, though.
Shall we?
I mean, we could. I don't really see. I mean, we should probably wait for Kaylin.
I suppose. This.
Oh, look, what are the other patrons doing?
Yeah. So the Goliath and woman are just like talking. She's talking in hushed tones. He's not very good at it. So you can hear his voice carrying across the room. And they're just you can hear them saying, he's saying,
First the gnolls, and now this. I can't believe this is just. And then you heard about those guests down below, and how there was some sort of spirit.
just I just I just need a break. I'm so sick of this. Last month something happened, and they're just going on and on about the new gossip that has appeared at their feet here. Molf is quietly standing there, just listening to both of you, and he's actually even saddled up next to you, Propriety, and is looking at the book as well.
Molf, perhaps you could take a look at these diagrams. You are quite well versed in mechanical undertakings.
Oh, I'm very interested in it. Please. He starts.
Do you recognize any of these?
Looking it over. Let's find out. I very quickly made a stat block for you. Okay. He's going to roll an Arcana check. Come on. This is not working. Oh, oops. I was on the wrong thing. I rolled twice accidentally. His first roll was a 12, so that will not do it. And I turned off the GM thing, Olive, so you will be able to see my next rolls. And actually, why don't we move over to this map so everybody can see Candlekeep and the rolls. With a 12, he looks it over. Honestly, I don't know what this is. It is quite fascinating, though. It looks very complex. I'm a bit more specialized in more intricate mechanical contraptions. This looks like a larger apparatus.
Molf, if you don't know, well, that's very interesting.
Oh, yeah. I would like to know what this is. As this is happening, the front doors open once more. And walking... did you want to do something, Primrose?
Oh, just man of the day.
And walking through, you see the Green Dragonborn once more, accompanied with a human man who wears a purple cowl outlined in this silver embroidered scroll work. And he has a very wizened face with deep laugh lines and this like well-trimmed silvery goatee. The two of them come up to both of you. Kaylin looks a bit worried down at the dead dwarf. You see two other individuals come in from behind, flanking Kaylin. There is a short human middle-aged woman with long curled brown hair, as well as a bronze-scaled dragonborn that are following. And Kaylin,
Well, here comes another incident for today. Oh, yes, I know. I just heard you were wrapping up something this morning. Sounded like terrible business. As well, have a look here. Velma, if you and Nax don't mind taking him out. Oh, yes, of course. And the woman and the dragonborn go over and huff and pick up the dwarf and start carrying him out of the room. And then Kaylin approaches you, Primrose, and Propriety. Propriety. Do you mind if I take a look at that book there, Primrose?
I will like close it and like not indicate the bookmarked page.
Okay.
Hand it over
Are
to
you
him.
trying to like flip the dog ear back so that it's not apparent, or are you
Yeah,
gonna-
let's try that.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Let's see how this goes. All right. 12.
12. Let's. I didn't have his thing up. Hold on.
I don't know if that he's
A perceptive individual.
he is a rather perceptive man.
Yeah, let's find out. He, as you try to slyly push the dog ear over and close the book and pass it to him, he places a hand on it. Primrose, are you trying to
Yes.
keep something from me?
You'll want to be looking probably at page 406.
I suspected as much. And he takes the book and flips it and looks. Barn door. And
I think to Propriety that didn't work at all.
At least you tried.
Oh, yes.
the both of them kind of converse with each other, and you hear them talking about like why is the barn door marked? This is a condemned building, has been in disrepair for ages. They start looking over the annotated notes, which looking at those when you briefly got to see them in your time looking at it, they seem to be kind of nonsense, so probably written in some sort of coded some sort of code.
I can read all languages.
Does that decipher codes?
That's a good
though?
question.
I would interpret that as you can read the words that are written there. I'll give you this. They are written in Gnomish.
All right.
Um,
Good to know, Mitch.
No. Is Operation even here this evening, or are you making up for their? Anyways, if you want to look over the specifics of it and let me know if you think otherwise. My interpretation of that ability is it the Eyes of the Rune Keeper?
Runekeeper, yes.
I would interpret that as you can read it verbatim, but does it give you the intent? Is the
Not
question.
necessarily, I think.
Okay, then yes, it is written in Gnomish, and it seems to be kind of gibberish. It is not, doesn't seem to be really related directly to what's on the page.
All right.
Make a quick investigation check for me. Let's see how much you got. And Propriety, you can as well, since you were both looking over the.
I would love to.
9.
Okay, yeah.
I have not actually rolled above a 10 so far.
That's great.
I get +9, so let's see how this goes. 23.
There's a lot of references to well, actually, do you read Gnomish? Hold on. I just realized you might not even be able to understand what.
Very dwarvish.
Sorry, I should have asked before I had you roll. I'm sorry.
Primrose,
Yes.
what does this say? Can you tell me verbatim?
I remember, and I say it.
Okay. You say that as they are discussing.
All communication between the two of us is mental so far.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, well, Primrose, you rolled a 9, so it's gonna be like a weird. We'll call this is helping each other out. The little bits that Primrose can remember in that brief time you got to look at it, there were strangely a lot of references to like farm animals and livestock and agriculture, things like that. So you get that.
All right.
Kaylin closes the book. Well, thank you both. We are going to be taking this book. I'm sorry to both of you. It's off limit to adjuncts and residents such as yourself, Propriety.
How did this individual come by such a
I-
restricted book?
That is a very good question, considering he was part of the custodial staff.
Wasn't he?
Yes. It's rather alarming. Bookworm, you said he was looking to you before he died.
Yes, he seemed to be wanting to approach me for some reason.
Well, I will get everyone. We'll have to address this at some point later. We're quite busy right now. I'm sure both of you know with the Knoll situation surrounding our gates, and something else came up this morning. So thank you both. I'm going to be taking this now. Puts it under his shoulder. Propriety, did you want to say something?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Kaylin starts to leave, and as he does, there is a sudden jolt as the entire room, no, the entire grounds of Candlekeep and starts to vibrate. All of the tea glasses you have and china and all that stuff is starting to shake, and you see some tea glasses start to jump off the tables and shatter onto the ground. Do either of you do anything as this is happening?
All of my ants immediately, just like in perfect synchrony, like start trying to like gather glassware.
So
and,
all
like,
the
like,
additional servants start running.
Yeah, all the servants, just like
Okay, make a
very focused.
make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay, I do not get +9 to these. 16.
It's actually quite an amazing display, as you said, it's like in perfect unison, as if they were one. All of these beings, these humanoids in the room, just instantly turn and start catching the various cups and kettles and things that start falling off the wall. They obviously can't catch all of them, but they manage to save quite a lot of the dishware that is falling off. Primrose, are you doing anything as there's this sudden
I'm
earthquake?
going for my. We'll call it a scarf
Okay.
for now. That I left at my seat.
What does it look like? Is it not a scarf?
Oh, of course it's a scarf.
Okay.
It's rather long and black and thin, and I wear it around my neck,
Okay, so there's a long, black, thin thing.
loosely wrapped.
It's a scarf.
The
It's a
scarf.
scarf.
Okay. That you are trying to keep your balance.
Yes.
Why don't you make a dex save for me as you are trying to move through the room?
That is better. Dex save?
Mm-hmm.
21.
Yeah. You barely phased by it, actually. You just go with the flow of the rocking environment and get over there, and I don't know. Do you gracefully put it around? Do you?
Perhaps not quite as much grace as I could muster under normal circumstances, but yes.
And as the scarf, I'm curious, Primrose, as you wrap the scarf around, may I sit? Yeah.
We might finish the job for
I was
me
gonna
a bit.
say yes. It whips over, and then you watch as it seems to kind of pull itself in and snugly wrap around. So as this is happening, and this earthquake is, it only lasts maybe 20 seconds at most. Not even a full minute.
Long time for an earthquake.
You know what? You're right. I should know this. We will say, yeah, it's actually probably about around 6 seconds, maybe a little longer. And as everything comes to settle, both the Goliath and the woman and Molf, everybody is catching their breath, looking around, and you see Kaylin instantly go out the door, followed by Bookworm, and Molf kind of toddles out and starts looking out into the bright sunlight. And through the doors, you can just barely make out as shapes are starting to appear out of the various other doorways of the buildings across the way from the hearth and stuff, as numerous people are spilling out into the court of air, looking around, just seeing what happened. What did the two of you do?
I head for the exit as well, I think. Gathering, looking around at other people outside, I gathered this was not just something going wrong with the magic of the tea house. This was... Candlekeep shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
It has protections against this sort of thing. It doesn't even ever rain in here.
Yeah, it's stepping out. You can see there's just numerous people that have come out of the hearth from across the way. You can see people's coming out of the pillars behind you of pedagogy, and everyone's just, in bewilderment looking around. Propriety, what about you?
Excuse me, everybody. I'm afraid that we're going to have to close this tea house somewhat early today. If you could gather your belongings and head to the exit, we can maybe get this cleared up.
Yeah, Primrose, you want some help? I can help clean up.
Oh yes, that would be lovely. Just here, there's a couple of smashed things I didn't quite catch over there.
And the Goliath stands up and starts helping sweep. Samantha doesn't even ask. She immediately just gets up and is cleaning and sweeping glass up as everyone else is going outside. So as you're cleaning your shop up, Primrose, do you want to do anything outside as everyone's milling about? You can see Kaylin and Bookworm are conversing with each other.
Has it been 10 minutes yet since I first cast Detect Magic?
No. Well, when did you? No, yeah. It would have been. Yeah, that would have dropped.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to I don't know if... Can I... No, it's not quite that generalized.
Oh.
I think I'm going to stick my head back inside and actually grab the books that I left behind. Propriety. People are distracted. Do you want to go find the barn door?
You read my thoughts.
I do that quite often.
You do.
Okay.
Let me get tidied up here first.
All right, and I will help.
Okay. So you.
And I think while my hands are doing this, the figure seated in the center, actually I'm going to be ritual casting comprehend languages.
You're gonna cast comprehend languages.
Ritual cast.
Oh,
so
yes. Got it. Okay. And that lasts 10 hours, right?
1 hour.
1 hour. Or 10 hours. Yeah, 1 hour. Okay.
If we're going to be encountering gnomish, it seems like a good thing to have running.
Okay. So yeah, you were sitting there focusing on that as the hands are moving about and the other individuals are starting to clean up. And yeah, within 10 minutes, you get the shop cleaned up. Both of you get your things together, and you want to step outside? Okay.
I think so.
Are you trying to avoid Kaylin and Bookworm?
Well, first off, when Propriety, the last part of me, steps outside, they turn and speak a command word, and this entire tea house starts folding inwards and collapsing in on itself. Fold, until it's just a little handheld box. Just a tiny little miniature snow globe almost version of it, and it's tucked away into a pouch.
Amazing. Yeah.
All right, shall we?
Yes, let's.
So are you trying to avoid the attention of others, or yes? No.
Well, specifically of Kalen, he's a dear man, but he does stick his nose into everything.
Okay, both of you make stealth checks. I'm inclined to
think-
say at disadvantage because of the fact that this entire cottage just closed up, and that's pretty noticeable.
Okay, so that's noticeable.
Yeah.
But like it's happened before.
It has, but I mean,
It's like a regular thing where
Yeah.
I like to close it up every day. And I think
Uh,
like let's start off by just like going with the flow of everybody else, like going to the biggest thing. It's not just like it closes up and then immediately start sneaking. I would also like to cast detect thoughts
mhm.
in order to read the minds of people around me to see if anyone's paying attention to us.
Mhm.
And like as soon as they do, just like act natural in that spot.
Okay. Okay. I will, since you're casting a spell, it'll be a straight roll.
Okay.
And that's basically the counteracting the disadvantage of closing the shop up, right?
Okay.
So you both will get straight rolls on this, since propriety is taking that like extra effort there. Yeah.
21.
Wow.
I'm not gonna get that high. Get like +1 to this, I think. Oh, 17. I'm rolling okay.
Okay. So, there, as like you said, there's a lot of commotion going on, and you close the shop up, and you grab it and put it in, and as you start to turn, you're focusing in on all the chatter as you cast detect thoughts. You manage to find Kalen's thoughts, and you get the surface level thoughts as he, you get the thought of almost like a, oh, what was that? And you kind of get the sense that he heard the shop closing up. And with that, you're able to just very naturally blend, like kind of work your way into the crowd and just start looking around and talking with the people. And you catch a glance at Kalen. He does kind of spot you and then immediately just discounts you and turns and is continuing to talk with Bookworm. So you feel like everyone's pretty distracted right now and not really paying attention to either of
It's
you.
amazing that when you don't speak out loud, people don't ascribe a lot of agency to you. You become furniture. And I think that propriety takes advantage of this frequently.
Yeah.
Interesting. That has not been my experience, but we have been in rather different environments.
And this is happening telepathically, yes, as you're
Yeah.
talking to each other. Yeah. So you're doing the just kind of staring and maybe eyebrows. Although
I
propriety.
think.
Mhm.
Oh, I think that Primrose is actually very expressive physically,
Oh.
but just
Does-
talks to Propriety in her head.
What about propriety? Are you
It's really not expressive. It's like we got the static masks,
Mhm.
we got like loose fitting clothing, we
Mhm.
got like hands that only do what they're commanded to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to easily slip by everybody and make your way towards the Emerald Door, which, oh, this was the one thing I wasn't ready for. There is somebody who basically is always at the Emerald Door. And how could I have forgotten? Here it is. So approaching the walls that lead into the inner part of Candlekeep, you can see there's that just gigantic green emerald door that's just faintly glowing with light, and you can see that the current keeper on staff right now, who's watching it, is pretty distracted, honestly, as they are talking with some of the other avowed about what happened. So you probably could slip past them if you wanted to, and the door itself is currently ajar, as it appears that multiple avowed had just recently come out from the other side. And you made your stealth check, so nobody's paying attention to you.
We go in.
Okay, so you casually slip past all these avowed who are anxiously talking about what just happened and step beyond the
Just
walls.
so that it's clear, this is a group of
Oh yes,
5 of me,
Yes, 6.
Primrose, and an owl.
yes. I was just about to clarify that.
One by one.
We see Primrose, the large Firbolg with the big horns and the red hair, slipping through the door, and trailing behind are 6 humanoids, all in very similar garb, but one of which has that, or all of them have the mask on, but one of which has the pauldron with the owl resting on it, and is the heart, the one with the owl. Is that one kind of in the center of the 5, or
Probably actually nearer to the back
to
because,
the back? Okay.
because the owl needs to see.
Yeah.
all
Okay.
things.
So the heart is towards the back as all the hands move forward. These 5 other humanoids, and you all slip on through into the inner portion of Candlekeep. And Propriety, you know that it's only about a 5-minute walk from here to get to the barn door. Is it on this map? I don't know if it's actually labeled on this map, so we're gonna just say that it's over here. But walking, and both of you been here quite a number of times, but you know it's a rare occasion. It's not a common thing. You're usually escorted or have a scheduled meeting to meet up with somebody, with all the proper paperwork, and you know everybody knows what's happening. But yeah, y'all are just going in. And walking along the stone paths, as they twist and wind through this chaotic jumble of towers that rises up before you. You can see, as you walk past to your left, there is this massive arcane structure of spherical globes made of like crystal, and they're huge, and they're interconnected by big iron rods that bend and connect the pieces together, almost like a constellation of planets orbiting each other. But you can see there is a spiraled staircase that goes up and a little doorway to go inside of it, in these blue crystal orbs. But you turn off to the right and make your way through another narrow alleyway. You see some avowed scurry past, their footsteps padding on the stonework. And as you walk forward, you can see before you the rather small, somewhat decrepit tower of the barn door looming up before you. Let's see here. Yes, you see this 3-story stone tower. It's topped with a metal roof of shingles that are painted red. And there appears to be only the one entrance at ground level. It is an iron door with a wooden sign bolted to it. And in common, it reads, "Danger, no trespassing."
Giving a quick look around, making sure no one's watching us directly, I will give the front door a try.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check as you approach, and give it a little tug on the door.
That's not a d20. Uh, perception 4.
Yeah, you're fine.
Excellent.
So you step up to the door, place a hand on it, and pull. It doesn't budge. You push, and it doesn't budge.
Can I slide it to the left or to the right?
No.
All right.
It
I
is.
believe it's locked. Okay. I say to Propriety. Are there any windows on the ground floor?
Are there any windows on an upper floor?
It's a good question. There are windows on the upper floor. They're all on the upper floor. So on the second floor, you can see there are 2 windows facing you, and they're like circular, like small circular windows. And then up at the very top, you see 2 more circular windows. Doing a quick little kind of walk around the perimeter of this small tower, it looks like there's a 3rd window on the back side on the 3rd floor, and then there's that kind of little piece of the tower that pops off the side, like a little sub tower almost. That one looks like it has a window.
I could boost you up to the second floor, perhaps?
That may not be necessary. And the snowy owl takes off and flies up to the second story.
Okay. To look through the windows?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check. Yeah. I guess technically with the owl's stats? Is that right?
That's a lot better because, I mean, I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2, yeah.
So it's unlikely.
Because this is
Owls are pretty good.
this is find familiar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you use the owl stats. So yeah, whatever the owl stats are, and I think owls might.
Plus 3. So it's only plus 5.
So it's a 5. Yeah. Owls might have advantage.
Oh no! Advantage on with some perception checks. Yeah, let's re-roll that too.
Okay. Okay.
That's a 6.
Okay.
So
you
plus 3 is 9.
get a 9. Okay.
You know what? It's daytime. Owls are more of like a nighttime.
Yeah. And to be fair, it is, you're looking into a darkened building. With a 9, though, the best you kind of make out looking through the various windows, on the second floor, there appears to be a little bit of movement in the center of the room. You kind of get, like, vague shapes of likely kind of humanoid or something living. There appears to be at least 2 shapes moving inside, but it is a bit dark in there, and it's actually, is it dark? Let's find out.
Do I still have detect thoughts running?
Yeah, because it was only about a 5-minute walk over. So okay, there is light inside actually. So you would even with a 9, you would be able to kind of make out through the windows that there's actually light inside. So it's, I guess it's not.
Also, the owl has dark vision. So
Right, yeah. So looking inside, there's...
But can I read the thoughts of the people inside?
That would be coming off of... What's the range on propriety?
Right.
On detect thoughts.
Detect thoughts is
Yes.
30 feet.
The perfect moment for the dice to let you down. Okay, and then how does detect thoughts work? Can it penetrate through like stone or anything like that?
This is going to be relevant a lot
Yeah.
for these characters.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
let's hear from it.
Thank you.
So for the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. For when you cast the spell, and as your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature you choose has an intelligence of 3 or lower, it doesn't work. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind at that moment.
Okay.
And as an action, you can shift your attention to another creature's thought or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind.
Okay.
If you probe deeper, some stuff happens.
And
it makes saves.
Right. And there's nothing about like barriers blocking it, like stone or glass or wood. I know some spells have that.
Oh yeah, there is. So you can use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. When you cast the spell or as your action during the duration, you can search the thoughts within 30 feet of you.
Mm-hmm.
So it can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead blocks you.
Okay. 2 feet of rock? Okay.
2 feet of.
That's substantial. that's a lot of stone. Okay. So which one are you trying to do right now? Are you trying to detect thoughts on the are you trying to detect thoughts on things around you or on the movement you see through the window?
Movement of the things I see through the window.
Okay. And again, because you got a 9, like the best you can tell, there's light coming out of the window, but there's a lot of glare on this window. So it's like you just get like glimpses of the light within, flickering as something's moving inside. But you reach out with your mind, trying to focus on whatever may be on the other side of this stone wall. 30 feet from, I would assume it would come from propriety, either the hands or the heart. The heart. It would come from the heart.
So the heart will shimmy up to the wall. That helps.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You start to pick up thoughts of numerous creatures. There's at least, does it give you a number of creatures, or just is it more vague than that?
So you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're getting
Presence of creatures.
you're getting multiple thoughts coming through. You get thoughts of like the feelings and emotions you're getting are like excitement and anticipation and elation. You get the thoughts of we're almost there, just a little bit longer. You get a name. You get a thought of someone thinking, Stonky's the most brilliant individual. He's just I can't believe the things he's come up with, and we're gonna be there soon. It'll be ready in just a matter of time. So a lot of excitement and anticipation, and the name Stonky.
I'm also relaying this all just like to Primrose, just like
Thank you so much.
CC. Some sort of excitement's happening here, it seems.
So it does. Shall we see if we can join in on the fun?
You read my mind.
But how do we get in, my dear? Actually, let me see. High level new characters, you all. Please bear with us.
All casters, no less.
Mimes 4 feet with hands. Did I do 4 feet?
Roughly.
Yeah. My estimation of depth is not great.
I have a crowbar.
I'm reading Mage Hand. Can you use Mage Hand to like unlock a door from the other side? It doesn't actually say anything about sight.
Well, no, yeah, you need to be able to see what your yeah.
All right. Is there any way to get sight on the other side of this door?
I could just ask one of them to let us in.
It seems polite.
I don't know that they would, and then they would know that we are here. Oh, we could try and break down the front door.
Again, they would know.
Yeah.
Is this the only entrance? Maybe we should boost each other up.
Sure. Here. And I can like kneel down. That's actually a little too circusy. I'll like offer a hand for Propriety to step on, and I'll like
Okay.
awkwardly boost her up.
To the first floor, like one of the windows of the first or second floor.
And if it's not tall enough, we can actually make a ladder of me's.
Oh my god.
Just like one hand stands on Primrose, then maybe like another hand climbs up, and then the heart climbs
Okay.
on top of that.
I'm strong. I don't know how much all of your people weigh together, though.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of meat on us.
I know that, but still.
Okay. I mean, make an athletics check for me, Primrose, and
Alright.
Propriety make an acrobatics check.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
What did you get?
That would be a total of 2.
I got 15 with a -1.
Okay, Primrose, you get one of Propriety up, and then the second one starts to climb up because to get to that first window, it's a bit high up there, maybe 15 feet or so, and as the second hand of Propriety is starting to climb up, your legs just give out and you kind of lose your balance, and the two figures just topple over. You got a 15 though, so luckily the two hands are able to catch themselves as you topple over, and you just land on the ground without issue. But Primrose, you're down on your butt now as these individuals have just fallen off.
All right. I think we should just ask to come in.
All right.
And I will awakened mind to one of the individuals that Propriety told me was up there. Doesn't really matter which. And say, hello, we are here. We want to meet Stonky. We've heard such good things about him. Would you come down and open the door for us?
Okay. So how does it, like, do you just, are you just, is this just going out to all the individuals within? Because there's, you...
No.
Huh?
This is one creature.
One creature, okay. And you don't have to see that creature.
I don't have to see them, and we do not need to share a language.
Okay.
I just need to know they're there.
Okay. So there are multiple creatures. I'm just trying to figure out how you determine which one. Is it random? Do we roll? Do we just roll and see which one of these creatures?
The one who mentions donkey.
I don't know.
That's fine. We'll say that we'll say that with your link with Propriety, and kind of passing this information along, you reach out to the consciousness of the one that mentioned Stonky.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do need to see them.
You do. Okay, there we go. I was like, how does this work? So yeah. So you start to do this.
Is it crowbar time?
Be my guest.
All
Okay.
right. I will
Okay.
take out my crowbar.
All right. Make an athletics check at advantage as you place the crowbar and start to try to pry this door open.
It's a 15.
This door is
Ah!
sealed shut. You actually suspect it doesn't even really move, and you suspect that there's likely a magical ward sealing it, based on like the crowbar starts to bend before the door even moves.
That's no fun.
Well, we've tried being impolite.
Okay.
Maybe it's time to be polite.
Oh, do you want to knock?
One of the hands goes up and knocks on the door.
Okay. Your detect thoughts is
Fantastic idea.
your detect thoughts is at the tail end of of it. As soon as you start knocking on the door, those thoughts suddenly become agitated, and you're hearing like getting feelings of anxiety and nerves, and hearing thoughts of oh no, they've come. We must defend Stonky. And there's a lot of anxiety on the other side of the wall.
Well, we seem to have stirred things up.
And I'd say at this point, probably the detect thoughts,
Yeah.
if it only lasts 10 minutes,
Yeah.
comes to a close.
Perhaps you can, I know it seems crude, but say your same message out loud.
Oh. All right. And I do so.
Okay, well,
I call through the door.
yeah.
Forget.
And what was it you said again?
Hello, we would like to meet Stonky. We've heard such good things about him. Won't you let us in?
Okay. Deception check.
All right.
I guess it could be persuasion because you have heard of Stonky, but this feels a bit more of a deception to me.
It does feel more like a deception,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yes. So deception,
so that's
please.
24.
Holy crap! Whoa! Whoa! Okay, I was not expecting that. Okay. All right, give me a second. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, yeah. There is a beat of quiet. You hear from behind you, down one of the alleys you came through, you hear more feet and shouts as people go running by. They don't seem to be coming down this street, though. And then you hear through the door a muffled phrase being spoken. Make a perception check as the phrase is being spoken through the door.
It's a natural 1.
Okay, so you just hear a muffled phrase, and then you hear this kind of release of air as the door seems to release itself from a seal as it, and the door starts to creak open, and inside you see a human man who like very short and round with big old round glasses, and he is looking up at you.
Hello.
Hi. So, you've heard of Stonky, huh?
We have.
What's your name?
My name is Agatha.
No. What's your name?
Oh, my name.
I'm Alpaca Macadamia Nuts.
And then from behind you see, or from under the legs, a gnome kind of pokes out, and she looks up and goes, I'm Chicken Peach. And then from around the side, a half elf appears, kind of this handsome looking half elf who looks at you.
Hi there. I'm Cal Cotton. Yeah. So what's your name?
I'm Frilled Lizard Blackberry.
Wow, I didn't know that. Did you guys know that you could farm frilled lizards? Oh my goodness. Oh, wow, Stonky recruited so many more individuals. What's your name?
My name is Sesame Loaf.
And I'm assuming this is telepathically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow, Stonky really knows how to pick them, huh? Which one of you is Sesame Loaf?
Oh, that's me. And I think the heart raises their hand. And that one is Dingleberry.
Dingleberry. Wow, you really kind of got loose with the naming convention. I thought we talked about animal and then export. Anyways, okay. Hello, Dingleberry and Sesame Loaf.
And that one over there is Hippo Leaf.
Hippo Leaf, okay, got it. Chicken Peach, make sure you write this down so we can bring it to Stonky to get the new recruits all settled.
And Chicken Loaf like whips out.
Are you going to
starts-
maybe make up 4 more of these?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You with yeah, we'll let this. Yeah, you're fine. You get the names. Chicken Peach is writing down all the names.
Sorry, Chicken Peach is which one?
The gnome.
No, thank
The
you.
small gnome woman, and then the handsome half elf is Cow Cotton.
Yeah, come in. We're almost ready. We got maybe about 50 minutes or so before things, the show starts.
And then starts leading you into the room. And as you walk in, you can see that the whole room is lit with little wax candles surrounding the area. And this ground floor has a strong smell of like old books. And you can see the reason why. The walls are lined with floor to ceiling shelves filled with books in these like wood, and each shelf is set with a wood framed door with a tiny little like diamond shaped pane of glass in it. So you can only really see like a selection of books, and then it's just a wooden door, and they're all lining the walls like on all sides. And you can see there are rolling ladders like anchored to the ceilings to access the various upper shelves. And you watch as these they're all wearing the same uniform as the gentleman, the dwarf with the tome. They all have the custodial uniform, and they all lead you in, and they immediately, you can see Chicken Peach and Cow Cotton setting aside some brooms, and you can see there's like little waste bins and stuff, and they appear to have been tidying up in here. And against the far wall, you see a spiral wooden staircase that goes up, which is covered with green carpeting. And in front of the staircase, there's this golden... I didn't know what this was. I had to look it up. Credenza. Sorry. Yeah, just like a shelving, little low shelving unit. But it's a golden credenza, and there are images of farm animals that are carved into it. And there's a high back chair with burgundy cushions that sits behind the credenza. But yeah, they're leading you in excitedly, showing you around. And yeah. So I'm assuming you said you know Stonky. He must have recruited you. That's great. So what's your role? What do you what's you're expected to do? What are you contributing to the cause, as it were? Also, I've never seen you before in the custodial staff. What do you do here within Candlekeep?
I'm rather new, you see. I'm really superb at reaching high places to dust them.
Oh, I can see that.
Yes, I can reach even higher than my own height.
Really? Like even higher than what you can reach?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I'd like to see that.
And I will dust. Are there rafters here, or?
Yeah, like the the next floor above. You can see the stone, or sorry, not the stone, the wooden beams that support the next floor.
I will prestidigitation all the dust away of any kind of high.
Oh, that's great. We haven't quite mastered that one. I think Stonky though, he could definitely do that one. What about you? All sesame loaf and
the tea shop in the courtyard of air.
Oh, hey guys, Stonky got the person that runs the tea shop. We're gonna be set. We were just gonna be on salted meat and dried breads and cheeses. That's all we gathered, really. But now we're gonna have some tea. That's great.
I would love to serve you tea. I actually had a bit of a trouble in the tea shop just a few moments ago. You felt that earth shake. It broke so many things.
Oh, sorry about that. But boy, well,
Yeah.
surely you know what that was, why that happened.
We didn't know that it was going to happen then.
Oh yeah, well, I guess Donkey probably didn't right.
I'm sure Sonky's been very busy.
Oh yes, super busy. He's down below getting things ready. But yeah, so sorry we didn't inform you that was about to happen, but it was we had to accelerate things because well, it seems that somebody got some cold feet and was getting ready to kind of blow the whole thing. So
Really?
well, sure.
Was this the first step in the deconstruction?
The deconstruction. What's the deconstruction? Do you know something even? What is that?
Well, we've been given very little information, admittedly. One of the reasons why we came here was we knew that the earthquake was going to happen at some point, but we didn't know exactly when, and we were hoping that we could get a little more information about what the schedule of events is.
And how we can help.
Oh, we should be off here in about 50 minutes. He's really surprised he didn't get the schedule. You know, he would have been left behind otherwise. Well, you can help us clean. So, if you don't mind just, moving around, and then once we get this area all cleaned up, we'll go upstairs and... Wait a minute. There's not enough chairs for everyone. Well, we can, we'll tie you all to, we can tie you down to the shelves or something. I'm sure Shanky thought about it. But once we get things cleaned up, we just gotta wait for Shanky, and then there we go.
All right.
So what do you both do? They hand you some brooms.
I guess I will start sweeping.
Okay.
And
Another 5 minutes go by as you
Well-
continue to... Oh, unless you do something.
I think I
So was
want.
that 15 minutes or 50 minutes?
He said about 50 minutes.
50. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I'll give you a more precise number. We'll say about an hour is what he would have said, and then 5 minutes go by in the time that you are, having this conversation, and they hand you the brooms and all that. So
I'm gonna cast minor illusion of like a few large dust bunnies rolling down the stairs,
okay.
and I'm going to go pursue them.
Okay, down the stairs. So you want to?
Yes.
So the only set of stairs you see are the ones going up. So you want to
Oh.
go up?
So
Well, I
both
was.
kids were, like, up the
Are
stairs.
they blowing up the stairs?
They're not rolling up the stairs. We were told that Stonky was down below, and we saw in the book that there was a lower level.
You don't see any stairs going down though.
Oh, is there a trapdoor?
Make a perception check.
I'm not very good at those.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear.
I rolled a 12.
A 12? Okay, let's see. Let's see what you see.
Nessio Squid, I really hope so.
What was it? Oh. Let's see. You rolled a 12?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just see the shelves and the stairs going up with that green carpet.
So what exactly is happening in an hour? I say as I sweep up the dust bunnies.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, surely you know.
Like I said, we didn't really get a schedule or anything.
How could that be? We've been planning this for months.
Is it the final event?
Well, yes.
You have moved up the schedule.
Oh, yes. Things have really moved along. Where did you join?
About a week ago, 10 days ago.
I need you to make another deception check for me.
All right, I am good at those.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I'm gonna have them roll a contested insight check.
27.
God, is it even worth? Is it even worth trying to roll? Oh my! Level 10. This is. Okay, let's see what they get. There's no way. Yeah, no. Okay. It's just. Well, we're taking all the books away. The ones that the Avowed don't deserve. I mean, you know, we've all been trying to get up in the hierarchy, and then it's just constantly being thwarted by the Avowed, and they're not letting us pass beyond custodial staff. And the half-elf steps up, Cotton Cow.
I mean, we're some of the most brilliant people here, and they just ignore us and keep us down and trodden here, cleaning up after them. No
Certainly the
sign
work we
of...
do is invaluable.
Oh,
certainly. In fact, when we're gone, this place is gonna fall apart. Exactly. It's just gonna be filled with dust and ruin and it's just. But we're taking the most valuable book away to be away from this awful place to be preserved forever.
And we'll be able to read them there?
Oh yes, forever. That's what Donkey says.
We'll be immortal.
Wow, he rolled a 27. Wow, Donkey really should. No, how I can't believe he didn't tell you. We're going to the stars. We're going up into the realm beyond.
Do I have an idea as to whether they are talking about space or whether they are talking about the astral sea?
Make an Arcana check for me.
Sorry, what check?
Arcana.
Arcana.
Can I also make that?
Yes, you can both make that as you're listening in on this.
That's great. That's great. 21.
25.
Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, for both of you, it's clear that they genuinely believe that they are going to be going up beyond Toril into the stars above, not to the astral sea.
Okay.
Propriety with a 25 Arcana, you distinctly remember thinking back on those diagrams and that strange device, and you've heard of like very intricate, complex arcane device to try to make that allows for great like propulsion of objects. Folks refer to them as rockets. And those cylinders with tubes and strange clockwork coming off of them that were coming out the bottom of this tower looked a lot like those arcane devices known as rockets.
Now, macadamia nuts. Was that macadamia nuts?
Oh, yeah. Alpaca macadamia nuts. Thank you. Sesame loaf, I think. One of you. Does the heart wave or anything?
Sesame loaf is the one like just kind of like kneeling down.
Okay.
And just
Yeah.
so like making it clear that it's like I am addressing you.
Yeah.
Now, I've been shown the diagrams for the propulsion device.
Yes. Yes, that's what Donkey's been working on.
And like sketches it out.
Okay.
This is my expertise. This is what I'm contributing to the project. I must I've been brought here to like inspect them and do the final checks. Can you take me to them so I can look at them?
Make
sure that
you make a deception check for me.
I'm a lot less good at those, so here you go. 14.
14, okay. Well, let's find out if they suspect anything. Here we go. A 10. No, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'll take you down and we can inspect. I'll take you to where they are. I guess since you've never been here before, I've never seen you, so Stonky must have been talking to you privately or something. It's just weird. It's weird, guys. He never mentioned these folks, and they seem really integral to the whole plan. But okay, let's just go. And he waddles over towards that credenza and goes to the bookshelf directly behind it. Or sorry, no, goes to the credenza and pops open one of the cabinets on it, and you can see there are more books lined within, and then just grabs one of the books and pulls, and it clicks, and one of the bookcases just slides to the side, revealing a stairwell down. And he motions, let's go, and starts going down the steps. Both of you follow?
I'm going to follow, yes.
Propriety?
I have not been invited, but I'm going to follow.
Okay.
It'd be
Propriety?
rude if they said anything.
So Propriety, you are you just going with the heart, or are you leaving the others to
I think-
continue
I think-
sweeping?
I'll leave like a hand up there
Okay.
just to like hang out.
Okay.
But the rest of us are going down there and just like continue cleaning up.
All right. As you start to go, Macadamian Nuts it stops for a moment and goes, "Oh, do all the rest need to?"
These are all my hands. I'm
Okay.
somewhat.
Sure. Oh, frilled lizard or?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Starts going down the steps, and going down. Oh, I can actually move us over to the map now, the actual map. Oh, and I realize both of you have been sitting on the token page this whole time. I'm sorry.
It's all right. We don't need to see anything so far.
It's true. It's all been pretty easy to.
Love these people. I don't want to thwart them.
You don't want to thwart them.
No. I mean, going to space sounds challenging, but
Oh my god.
if they want promotions, we can definitely talk about that.
And actually, we're just at time here, so we'll wrap this up in just a moment.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
We're going fast.
I know. And actually, you're on the next level down. So let's move you down.
I also can't see anything except in a small radius around me, but we don't have to fix that tonight.
Yeah, we'll fix it for next time. Okay, I'm actually not going to move you to the next map quite yet because I want to keep it somewhat mysterious. Okay, so as Macadamia Nuts leads you down these stone stairs, they spiral down for probably a good 25 feet, and the walls give way to just like rough hewn stone going down into this basement chamber. Eventually, the left side opens up, and you can see that it's like a railing, right? That opens up so you can see now into the room below. And it opens up into this 30-foot diameter room, and the temperature starts to get a lot warmer as you go deeper and deeper down. And looking through the iron railing, you see light, warm red orange light, and getting even lower, you actually see those arcane rockets in their entirety protruding out the bottom of the stone ceiling and going up and connecting to the base of this tower. You can now see that the underside of it is all like some sort of metallic disc where the bottom of the tower is. And most of it is made of metal connecting up into it. And at the bottoms of these rockets, there are little embers and heat radiating off the bottom, and you see little embers kind of skittering off the ground and like heat waves radiating off. You hear like a lot of metallic clinking as you get lower, and as it opens up even further, you can see there are 4 metallic constructs that are skittering about the room, and they are unlike anything either of you have seen. They're these strange, like wolf-sized constructs with multiple like insect legs, all made of metal, almost like a cockroach. And they have like a little stinger like tail thing coming off the back that you can see is kind of arcing with energy, and rising up from where the head would be, it's like almost like a dog, sort of somewhat resembles a dog. It has like a lower jaw and an upper jaw, but it has a lot of all 4 of them look a little ramshackle like in their construction, with these big like glass disc eyes that are kind of moving around. And Macadamia Nuts is leading you down the stairs. And you can see that to the northern end of the room there is one wall that seems to have like kind of collapsed into rubble, and it's created this little nook. And he's like, yeah, so here they are in all their glory. So get ready. You can go in, and the skitter wizard shouldn't bother you. As long as Stonky, you're with Stonky, so it should be fine. And just come on in. And as you start getting down to the bottom of the stairs, you suddenly see all these constructs, and they're like disc eyes look up towards you, and then all their tails at once kind of raise up and. And
Oh dear.
Macadamian is like,
Oh dear.
are you sure that and all the constructs start to skitter towards you at the base of the stairs, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session as the constructs start swarming towards you.
Excellent.
All right. So
What is going on?
I told you this is gonna be a goofy adventure. So
I love the fact that we both rolled up high-level spellcasters. And we had to knock to get into a locked door.
Doors are so hard in D&D.
they really are. They really are. Well, hopefully y'all are having fun with this.
Oh yes.
These are good characters.
Okay.
I love them.
Great. I know that sometimes like spacey stuff and D&D can feel a little like incongruous, but hopefully this is, hopefully this will feel.
I mean, Stonky can do it if anybody could.
Yeah, of course, Stonky can.
Great things.
But yeah, this adventure I'm excited to run. It seemed like a lot of fun, so I'm glad you all joined us tonight. And yeah, we'll see you next week to see what happens with Stonky and the tower. That's definitely a tower.
Tower.
Here.
All right. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.